My name is Clare Elsworth, and I am a maximalist designer of fabulous wallpapers and beautiful, stunning statement cushions. Now, I've been working with Heather Gifford-Jenkins, and my persona workshop was incredible. I can't really say enough about it. It was wonderful. I had this backstory to my sort of signature designs, which are Peacock Maximus and Jay's Jungle, of this. It was all kind of based around this duchess called Viola Seah Macrobothus and her beautiful old house, and the idea that there were peacocks in this garden. And there's all this little journey, all these concept stories that go through all my designs, which are on my website if you want to read them. And basically, when I did this persona workshop, first of all, kind of my drawings of the peacocks and the jays came through, and then Viola came through, and I kind of told my story to Heather on this call. And I'd had this thing before where I knew Viola Seah, or Viola for short, I knew she was important, and she was very important to me, and she was kind of this sort of mad, crazy thing that I'd created in my imagination. But I hadn't realised that she was my business in an entity, and it was wonderful. It was like stepping inside my head, my drawings, my designs, in fact. And she was there in her garden. I could see what she was wearing. So she's kind of like an Edwardian lady. She has her hair up in the Edwardian style, like twisted around on the top. And she wears a beautiful white pleated blouse and a white skirt with a black and gold belt, I think it was. And the peacocks are near her. They're like her protectors. And she showed me lots of flowers, and I love to draw really complex flowers, all that sort of thing. But she was, she's very caring and kind. And I like to describe her face as having the eyes of Emmeline Pankhurst, so you can like really see into your soul. Calmness and a clarity. And I've just been able to make sense of things, because I'm very much, I get overwhelmed quite easily. And when everything's in my head, I have a lot going on in my head all the time. It's quite hard to calm my mind. And this kind of helped me to calm and to realise that everything is actually going to be okay. We've just got to get through this difficult bit first of all. And there are ways I can diversify things within my business. There are things I can still do. Even though I can't get more stock in, I can have a sale and sell what I've got already. I can still sample other colorways of my wallpapers, that sort of thing. And there's little things that I've been wanting to do that I've sort of forgotten about, and she kind of brought them forth. The idea of doing like a video, doing, just something to pass the time, art related, it could be related to my wallpapers, it could be something completely different. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as I'm serving and helping some people. Because it's all another way of your business getting out there at a time when maybe it may be difficult to be out there anyway, so.
My brand persona is Mariana. And when I started out, I knew that I was a coach. I knew that the business was called Not a Rehearsal. But I just wanted to help everybody with everything. And I really struggled to break it down. And we did the first brand persona, and this incredible persona came through to me called Mariana. And she's very bossy, very much a high achiever. And she told me quite clearly what was expected of me. And she continues to tell me quite clearly what's expected of me. And through doing the work, I was able to whittle down exactly what I wanted to do, exactly the people I was going to help. And now I sort of emerged from this chrysalis, if you like, as a relationships and couples counsellor or couples coach, and very much focused on corporate women, high achieving women who are wearing up that veneer when they're in the workplace, and as far as anybody else is concerned, they've got it sussed, they've got the perfect life. But as so many of us know, what's going on publicly isn't a true reflection of what's going on behind the mask and behind closed doors. And those are the women that Mariana decided that I'm helping. And it totally fitted with everything I'd said I wanted to do. But it's taken me 10 years to get to that point. And Mariana got it like that. That's a high achieving woman for you. And what was really interesting was when we did the group brand persona work, is that Mariana came through loud and clear, as I had no doubt she would. And she was really bossy. And when all of the other personas were coming through and having their turn to talk to their body, she had thoughts and opinions on every single one. And I was just sat telling her to shut up. No, it's not your turn. You've had your turn. You know, let other people do it their way. But she was so bossy, so forthright. She's lovely. She's given me the proverbial kick at the rear end that I needed, because as she said to me, you know what you need to do. You're just too scared to do it. And she's made me pull up my big girl pants and just get on and do it. And it was great that she just was exactly the same within the group setting as she was in the individual setting. And for me, that was great, because that's when I really knew that what she says is spot on. There we are.
Excellent. Thank you. Can I just ask you, Deb, you know, there would be an assumption, I suppose, for anybody who hasn't done these workshops, that it's like, oh, you know, you probably, it's just your alter ego or something coming through and whatever. But can you just describe Mariana to us, who she is and where she's from?
Oh yeah, she's very like me. She's Cambodian. She's very well groomed. I mean, her hair is perfect, her makeup is perfect, and she dresses very, as you would expect corporate women, very, I was going to say plainly, but expensively. Imagine your expensive suits, your Armani suits, all of that. I mean, I don't dress like that. I like those sorts of clothes, but I don't wear them. And this is probably about as groomed as my hair gets. So, you know, I just like it to be natural. So she's almost the antithesis of me. That's not to say I don't have experience of that, having, you know, I've worked in a corporate environment for a number of years. So I understand it and understand where it comes from, but she's very much not me. I mean, she's got short bobbed black hair. As I said, she's Cambodian originally. She was absolute high flyer. She was born into a family who, they worked on the river markets. So she helped the family fruit markets from the boat. But she just got herself, she managed to get a scholarship into Harvard. She went from there. She ended up working, you know, really high level job in America. And I ended up doing some research because I couldn't understand where the name came from. I had no idea where this came from. I've never been to Cambodia. It's not been on my radar of places I want to travel. It is now, but it wasn't then. So I just started doing some Googling, Mariana, Cambodia, blah, blah, blah. And I actually found the person that she is, who is an incredibly high level woman, was part of Clinton's Senate, is known to the Obamas. And I saw a picture of this woman without even realizing all of that background. And I looked at it, I said, oh my God, that's Mariana. Then I looked at her CV, for want of a better phrase, and my jaw hit the ground. It was as if I had written that, but it was already in existence. It was just strange. I mean, I wouldn't have gone for that. You know, I'm British. I would automatically have gone for a successful white British woman, probably like a number of people I know already. And that's what I expected to come through before we actually did the workshop. So when, you know, this amazing woman came through who had gone through so much and achieved so much, like, okay, I better listen, you know. So yeah, it was good.
I found the persona workshop to be so powerful. Obviously it's evolved even more so now, and so from the exercise that we've done today, where we literally connected to sort of mind and heart coherence, I think was incredibly powerful. Sophia came through. She's a really sort of grit and grace businesswoman. She's high flyer. She's private jets. She's the epitome of a go-getter sort of businesswoman. Her character is strong, but she has good heart, and she's got, you know, so much sort of savvy and wit about her as well. So this came through very, very strong when I first did the exercises, and I found it to be so powerful in my business. Something that I never, at the beginning, I actually found it, this is quite bizarre, but it was unbelievable and blew me away by the time I'd done all the exercises and really allowed myself to go within, in a sort of very sort of meditative sort of state as well. And she communicates so strongly to me. She's with me every day. Like I say, now she feels like part of the family. She's definitely at the heart of the business. And whenever I do feel like I need to have some clarity and some direction, I can automatically just think, what would Sophia do? What's Sophia talking to you? What's she saying? What's she communicating? And yeah, the answers come through, and we work in harmony together now to actually get it. So it's almost like she works through me to get the job done. So I find it incredibly powerful. Today's exercise, I think, has been even more so when we did the meditation beforehand, and I actually can allow myself to get into a more so of a sort of meditative sort of state now. I found she came through very, very, very strong. So actually calming everything, taking yourself into that meditative state and having the energies flowing through, she came through incredibly powerfully. More so before, because we didn't actually use that exercise before when we did it, because I did the workshop with you maybe a little bit last year, so it was some time has passed. So but yeah, today I could connect heart and mind very, very clearly, and those messages came through with real clarity. So I found it incredibly powerful. Thank you.
Amazing. Can I just ask a quick question, Claire? For you, what does that give you as a business owner, as a person, as a woman? What does this, knowing that you have, a heart of your business, you can tap into Sophia whenever you need to communicate with her to give you guidance. What does that give you as a person?
Well, for me, it's incredible, because I've often felt very alone in my business. Although it's a family business, the way I think and the way I see and visualize things very differently to the other people within the business. So I feel like I've got a business partner in her. It's not just me anymore. I actually have someone I can communicate with. And she's like my buddy. So for me, it's fantastic, because if I do have that lack or the fear, and you think, or the kick up the arse, like Deb said, like, oh, shan't I, and I'm procrastinating. I just have to tap into that energy, and I'm it's there. It's almost like we connect. So there's like a real connection between us, and we bounce off of each other now.
It was surprising. I had no idea what to expect, and I've been designing journals and sort of targeting women, because everybody else seemed to be targeting women as well. So you put me into a meditative state, and this guy came along, and he was in beige and white and brown, and he's got greying hair, dark greying hair, a stubbly beard, and he's a farmer, and his name's Pip. The name of my business is Pimp Your Planner, which is spelled P-Y-P, and he is Pip spelled P-Y-P. And as Heather was asking him questions during the persona workshop, what was coming out was to target men, because men have emotions, men have feelings, men want to write stuff down, but the bulk of the journals that you see in shops are targeting women. They have women's designs, they're in women's colours, and from later conversations with Heather and Kath, it came up with the car and motorbike and golf exhibitor journals, But it was quite forcefully men, because men need to be reached, and the way to reach men is through their women. That came up with Deb when she's talking about the couples, because when she gets women in, they will bring their men in. And I got a nudge from Pip then, see, I told you. And he is a blunt Yorkshireman, and the as Claire was talking just now, I was getting the whisper in my ear of, if I left my cows the way you leave your business, they would get infections, they would get mastitis and goodness knows what. So I have to keep on the ball with my livestock. You have to keep on the ball with your business. Yeah, it's very powerful. After the original persona workshop, I found that he was coming to me at night as I was drifting off to sleep, and he sort of just pop an idea into my mind, and then I'd have a disturbed night's sleep because I'd be going through all the, oh well, if I did so and so I could do that. So I had a word with him a couple of weeks later, matchstick, saying, can you talk to me in the morning? And he started doing that, and now he talks to me when I wake up. And it's great because my brand colours are built around his colours, and I've been sort of dithering about, should I use colour, because I do mainly printed journals and planners, but the nudge came through a few weeks ago about doing printables and doing digital planners, where I would be able to use colour. And then it was, well, what colours can I use? And I got another dig this morning saying, use your brand colours, they're men's colours. Okay. But it's the reassurance, it's having someone there who knows my business better than I know my business. And it's that guidance. It's good. It's good having someone to talk to about it. If I get stuck with something, and like when the lockdown first started, and I was sort of mentally going through all the journals I've got in stock, and I said, Pip, what can I do? And then he came out with printables and digital. Have you considered digital? Men want planners as well. Men don't just want journals. They want, what they're going to do with the kids that day, the number of single dads there are. And I was writing notes as Claire was talking, and I've got Unleash Your Tomboy, and Remember Gay Men's Journals for Weddings, and Gay Dads Going Through Adoption.
Amazing.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, so for me what happened, I had a gluten-free coffee shop when I met for the first time Hannah. She's quite similar but very different. She has the confidence that I don't have, and I will describe it as probably strong, but as an atomic bomb. Like, connecting with her every day for 2 months made me realize that she just kicked my ass saying, look, your vision is amazing, you're amazing, but what you do right now is not right. And she made me make the decision to actually shut my coffee shop and take care of myself and see things completely differently. And that's why I'm here today, because of her, I would have probably, I don't know, continued my coffee shop and not being here right now. But what happened afterwards? So yeah, the first time was just, oh my goodness, it changed my life completely. And but then I stopped connecting with her, and I just lost connection. And that's why I'm here, because I needed to reintroduce her in my life. I know she's still there, and she was still there when, on the way to build a new business. But yeah, I really need to find a way to reconnect with her, and then that's what we did today. So that was really powerful, because now I can, I know how I can do it, and I know she will be there when I need it. And yeah, she gives me all the confidence and power that is within me that I don't actually use. That can be, yeah.
So hi, I'm May, and I'm a branding strategist and brand and packaging design expert. So when I first met Heather, I had another business, which was an Islamic kids lifestyle decor shop. And so before doing the brand persona workshop, I was really nervous about channeling this brand persona. I didn't know if I could do it. But then, when she came to like in front of me, it was so powerful. And I'm in awe of her. Her name's Noor, and when I saw her, she was bathed in light, and she was wearing this silky hijab, and she just had so much grace and like dignity about her. And she's been there for when I felt pretty low, and she's always there, like it's almost like she makes me feel really calm, and she's got my back basically. And it's and just having her help me visualize my ideal customers, it's been so helpful and such a powerful exercise, because what I'm doing, I'm actually having a design studio for Muslim businesses, and there's not many out there, and it's almost like I'm kind of doing this alone without really much of a reference. And having this brand persona workshops helped me visualize things so much better, and being confident and having the clarity and assurance that what I'm doing is right for the people I'm trying to serve. And so yeah, it's really worked very well for me. And I've called upon her like a couple of times when I felt like when I didn't have the confidence about what I was doing, and it's been so helpful in kind of moving me forwards in my business. So yeah, thank you.